Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Monday, August 25th, 2025. The suspect in a fatal hit-and-run case from last year returns to court this week. Here's reporter Adeline J. Wells with more.
The suspect in a hit-and-run collision that killed a Yucca Valley teenager returns to court this week, with 2 hearings scheduled to advance the case. Troy Reynolds is scheduled to return to court on Tuesday for a pre-preliminary hearing and again on Thursday for a preliminary hearing. During the latter, the prosecution will present its evidence and witnesses to Judge Aaron Alexander in an attempt to establish probable cause. Judge Alexander will then determine whether the case has merit to proceed to trial. Troy Reynolds is accused of striking 16-year-old Joshua Barreras with a vehicle and fleeing the scene on the evening of January 26, 2024. Sheriff's deputies found Barreras lying unresponsive on the center median of 29 Palms Highway near the intersection of Avalon Avenue. He was pronounced deceased at the High Desert Medical Center that night. Deputies identified Reynolds as the suspect following a 4-week investigation. He turned himself in to the Joshua Tree Courthouse last February and entered a plea of not guilty. The case has been continued 9 times since then without resolution between the prosecution and defense. At the latest early disposition hearing on July 11th, Judge Sarah Oliver expressed that the court wanted the case to proceed. Troy Reynolds is charged with felony hit and run resulting in permanent injury or death. He is currently out on $500,000 bail. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The heavily trafficked west entrance of Joshua Tree National Park closes to inbound and outbound traffic beginning this morning. It will remain closed through Friday, August 29th. In addition, Park Boulevard will also be closed to vehicle traffic for 6 miles from the west entrance into the Quail Springs picnic area. The closure includes the Maze Loop and Bigfoot Trailhead, which won't be accessible via vehicle. During the closure, crews will be laying down new pavement on the stretch of road, and all other park roads are expected to remain open. Visitors wanting to enter the park will need to use the 29 Palms or Cottonwood entrances. The 29 Palms entrance is frequently less busy than the popular west entrance, which is what the construction is about in the first place. In 2023, the entrance saw over 500,000 cars enter the park. A lawsuit has been filed against the city of 29 Palms related to their approval of the Ovland hotel development. The lawsuit was filed by a group called the Indian Cove Neighbors and the Center for Biological Diversity. On July 22nd, the 29 Palms City Council voted to rezone the 150-acre site in the Indian Cove neighborhood, adopt the mitigated negative declaration, and approve the conditional use permit. The lawsuit alleges that the city violated the California Environmental Quality Act by approving the project without considering how it would harm wildlife in the area. It also alleges that the city did not account for traffic that would be brought to the neighborhood. In a statement, the Center for Biological Diversity's attorney Meredith Stevenson said, quote, "Ovland Hotel isn't a responsible development. The future of this unique desert community relies on leaders following the law." The Indian Cove Neighbors Group issued a statement saying, quote, "We would welcome the Ovland development and commercial zoning, but spot zoning sets a dangerous precedent for residential rural living zoning." The city of 29 Palms told Z107.7 that they do not comment on ongoing litigation. Ovland's head of development, Luke Searcy, said that the council approval does not translate to immediate shovels in the ground. He said, quote, "There are still various designs to be created, reviewed, and approved by an array of local, county, and state agencies." The High Desert Water District is making quick progress on Yucca Valley's $103 million sewer expansion. While officials emphasize the project's benefits for groundwater protection, some residents have voiced concerns about costs and communication. Reporter Hillary Sloan has an update.
Phase 2 of the High Desert Water District Sewer Project combines what were originally 2 separate phases, covering the Country Club, Story Park, and Sky Harbor neighborhoods. With a state grant now in place, crews are already at work in the Country Club area, and construction is expected in Sky Harbor by spring of 2026. District officials say progress will be faster than in the first phase because the treatment plant has already been built. The goal, they stress, is to phase out septic systems and protect Yucca Valley's only drinking water source. However, some residents say The speed has caught them off guard. Lisa Edwards from Sky Harbor believed her neighborhood was years away. Now she's concerned about how quickly families will need to pay for a connection, especially since a state low-interest loan program might no longer be available. Homeowners typically have 6 months, plus a potential 90-day extension once sewer lines reach their street. The Water District states that the initial construction period usually offers the most affordable time to connect, as contractors are already mobilized. However, with rising living costs, Edward explains that many residents, especially seniors, may find it hard to save money and time. The district says it's stepping up outreach with letters, mailers, and door hangers, and points residents to the USDA's Home Repair Loan Program for financial help. Customers and property owners can call 760-365-8333 or email info@hdwd.com for project information. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Copper Mountain College's fall semester community education program begins next week, and there's still time to sign up. Courses are created and taught by qualified members of the high desert community who want to share their knowledge and passion with others. The courses are affordable and open to anyone. Z107.7 spoke with Bob Stevens, who is teaching a course on photography.
But the syllabus of the class talks about seeing inside out, which simply means that photography is highly regarded as a technical thing, f-stops and all that stuff. But these classes are going to be focused, pun intended, more on intention, the way a painter, a poet, a sculptor approaches creating their art. You'll learn how to visualize with intention and emotion. The school, one of the people at the school calls it expressive photography. So you'll learn to express yourself. So
why is photography important?
Wow. You're talking to somebody that's been doing it for my entire adult life. I think it's important because it's got objectivity that no other medium has, unless you're a very, very good artist and can draw with high precision. You can't ever replicate what a camera can capture. So it's important in that respect. And the point of my approach here is to take that objectivity out of the equation and invite you to play, to participate.
And how can people sign up?
You can go to cmc.edu, and there's a little menu there, and you can choose community education and click on that, and that's where you'll find the classes. And my class, interestingly enough, is the last one on the list, and it's called Seeing Inside Out.
Enrollment is open right now for CMC's community education program. It begins on September 2nd, and you can see the full list of courses and register at a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. And finally, Theater 29 launches their 2025 season with their multi-award-winning cabaret series, Miscast, the weekend of September 5th. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas reveals why this time it's our time.
Theater 29 is proud to announce the lineup of Miscast, It's Our Time, a bold, heartfelt, and unexpected celebration of voices, stories, and roles that break the mold. Miscast shows local favorite singers an opportunity to perform music they would never be cast in because of age, gender, type, or ethnicity. As creator and artistic director Lisa Hodgson puts it,
audiences can expect to see familiar faces as well as new faces to the stage with some really fabulous voices.
The cabaret will feature the voices of Robin Wilson, Scott Clank-Scales, Sabrina Giron, Tyler Zwicker, Tiffany Crocker, Samantha Crocker, Makasi Boykin, Kat Christine, Imelda Patu, Michael D. Simpson, and Veronica Alcantara. When asked what she hopes audiences will take from the performance, Mrs. Hodgson again.
For this time around, I really want audiences to leave feeling joy. Miscast to me has always been about connection, and while giving the performers a chance to sing favorite songs they've never been able to, also giving audiences the chance to feel. little something.
Miscast It's Our Time will run one weekend, Friday, February 5th at 7 p.m., Saturday, September 6th at 7 p.m., and Sunday, September 7th at 2:30 p.m. Tickets are available now online at theater29.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.